Spongebob SquarePants. These are all little UV resin crafts where you can make the different foods from Spongebob. We have a Krabby Patty on the front. I hope I get the Krabby Patty. Here is Spongebob. He looks so cute, and it's not the only thing that you can get. There's plenty of other items. I think there are 8 recipes. It says it somewhere here. Yeah, 8 to make and collect. So I have 5 of them, so obviously I don't have all 8. So let's open these up. essential prizes inside, you know, if he has to, like, get 100 box tops. Oh, Bargain Mart Best. There's a little maze on the back. Make your way out of the kelp forest. Made from 100% kelp. Well, obviously, yummy stuff. Oh, they remembered everything. These 3 bags up here came with it. Long straw. Spicy kelp chips. It says hot. Every bite bursting with volcano sauce. Do you remember when, like the hot sauce that Sandy has? Where it's like, it's supposed to be really, really hot, and it's got, whose face was it? Was it Tom Kenny's face in there? I've got the kelp shake bottle. That's where the straw is supposed to go. Just put it here for now. Tender tummy kelp juice. It says the same thing on both sides. This is their resin. Why is there a nozzle? How are you gonna put the nozzle on there? Okay. Leaves and little table pieces. Bikini bottom sand. A jellyfish from Jellyfish Fields. Poor little guy. Empty table pieces again. Leaves, the tongs, and the chimney. It comes with that for each of these. A little tank. Spongebob's little house. The home sweet pineapple. Look at the Spongebob. Look how tiny this little house is. It comes with a table, and we have like a background. Coral soup. Great taste in a can. That's the resin. A bowl. Peas. 100% green. Yep. Oh, a spoon this time. Probably for our soup. Job soup. I've got ABC soup. These are the letter pasta. ABC pasta. Bargain Mart Best. Yummy stuff. Tiny job listings. And a cardboard box. Probably very helpful to store some of this stuff in. Goofy Goobers Choco Syrup. Resin. Banana cherry. Goofy Goobers Vanilla Ice Cream. There he is. Goofy Goober himself. Goofy Goobers Mix. I don't know what that is. And a little cup. Probably table supplies. lettuce and cheese. It seems like they reused this from the sliders. Now, I'm not going to make this exactly the way that they tell you to on the instructions because I don't want to use resin as glue. There's going to be wet resin inside if I do that. So, I'm going to super glue each of the layers together. Okay. So we'll start off with the buns and the patties. We will super glue the layers together, and then I'll use the resin ketchup on top once we get to the cheese. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of super glue on each of these buns, and the layers should stick together. I have to be careful because the super glue is still kind of wet. I have to wait for it to dry a little. Drip a little bit of super glue onto the patty. And I have a method to make the cheese look like it's melted on. You're gonna have to glue down the sides as well. But that only works, I guess, with the larger cheese slices because these seem to be small. If you've watched my other Miniverse video where I made the sliders, you'll know what I mean because the cheese was bigger, so I'm not gonna do that this time around, but I would glue these corners down so that it looks like it melted. Now with the ketchup, I have the nozzle on it. Just gonna put some on the patty, and I'm going to cure it and super glue the next layer on once that's cured. But I think I'm probably going to, like, I don't know, use a toothpick to shape the ketchup because I want it to be visible from the side of the patty. It's not coming out. Guys, I'm squeezing with all my strength I can. They should really work on making these bottles softer. Or maybe there's really not that much resin in there. I know this doesn't really need a lot of resin for this. I shaped this with a toothpick. I bent it. I can spread it around. And so that it's a little more flat. When I add the next layer, it's not gonna look bulky. So the next step is going to be the lettuce. And we're gonna do the same thing, add super glue. I know it doesn't come with this stuff and it's asking you to use the resin, but resin just is not glue. You're gonna have wet resin underneath that's uncured, and that's not safe. So that might be a lot. Just put that on top of the ketchup, and then we will put lettuce leaves on there. You can't see the ketchup at all. Well, I tried. Maybe I might add some underneath somehow. I don't know. You really won't see it. Oh well. And of course, now we gotta add the top buns. I think before I add those on, let's put on the little goofy face on there for the pipsqueak patty. And you just have to press this into the hole. And I think looks cute. I thought I would mess up the little mouths. You just have to use a toothpick. There's no way you're going to be able to draw it with the nozzle. And I'm just going to attach the bun. Super glue does take a little while to dry, so I have to be careful. I just realized you could probably use this like a little plate or something. I don't see why not. Just put the little pipsqueak patties there for now. That's cute. Now we have to take the fries out. Oh, that's not what I was expecting these would look like. They're like shredded cheese. I thought they would be more fry shaped, but I suppose they are supposed to be made of kelp. But wouldn't they be green? They look like shredded cheese. This latest breeze will ruin this fry box. So there it is, a little box of kelp fries. Just to mix it up a little. There we go. Just put you here for now. And let's not forget our little juice box. Take out the straw. Just place that in. And we could probably peel this off. Cute. So here is the Krusty Krab kitty meal. And we have the two pipsqueak patties, the little juice, the fries. That turned out really cute. Let's make another one next. We have the Goofy Goober Triple Gooberberry Sunrise. And this should be pretty similar. We have our ice cream right here, and that's how we're going to start off. We're going to open this up and put that on the cup. I don't know how that's going to stick to the cup though. It's got like a little ridge. You can see that this ice cream is already stuck together. It's larger than Miniverse ice cream usually is. It's got holes so we can put the decoration pieces. You know what, before we put the banana cherries, let's gonna stick on the candies. I'm just gonna use super glue. Sorry, I'm gonna have to do it off camera. I can't see it. Little operating table. That's the goofy looking face. He looks like he has a widow's peak too. He's like Dracula. Okay. Here. Let's open the banana cherries while we're waiting for the super glue to dry on that. And these are bananas with cherries already attached to them. So let's put one here on this side, one on this side. It looks really weird. And of course, one on the top. Now that is a cartoon dessert right there. I'm gonna put them on the cup. There's nothing in there. And it's very top heavy. We have completed our triple Cooperberry sunrise. So let's put them here. I think this is my favorite one. The Get a Job soup. Here's our job listings. First, we're gonna fold up this box. I don't know why they included this box, but maybe we can use it to store some of, well, at least just hold some of the items. Just gonna fold up the sides. It's funny that it says up, but it opens and closes from the sides, which means whatever is in there is going to be shaking around when you open it. Wow, it's like actually kind of silvery. The attention to detail is amazing. Next we have our alphabet pasta. This is cute. Pasta la vista, baby. I don't think that Spongebob ever says that, or that it's ever said that at all on the box. Look at the letters. I thought they would be in like the font that they use in the show. So there's our pasta. Let's open up the peas. Yep, that's peas. And our coral soup is going to be the resin. So I'm gonna do this in layers. We'll see how many layers we need. It's green. So first I'm gonna add the resin into the bowl. I'm gonna use the toothpick instead of the spoon, because I don't wanna make the spoon dirty. I wanna keep that like a prop. Okay. Should be enough resin for now. It's pretty thick for a soup. I'm just gonna spread that around. It's probably thick like this so that you can actually spell the letters out into Get a Job. I'll do some of it because we're gonna of course make layers and we want this to be realistic. That should be enough. And we need the peas. Now let's mix it up. And this is all going to be visible from the bottom. So that's why we put so much for now. Just gonna press everything down. Distribute the peas. I want them all to be on one side. Probably gonna be 3 layers or so. straw later. I'm going to put the straw in for now, and then we will cure it like this. I imagine it's going to be very difficult to pour that in now. Okay, I peeled the Kelp Shake logo off of it because if we don't, and we fill this with more resin, it's going to stay wet in the middle. And I have this huge bubble here, and it's doing this, and I'm sure I probably have to cure it longer. But I think I will do any last curing at the end to really solidify everything. Maybe put it out in the sun or something like that. That's a little bit in there. Hopefully I can cure this. I really think this was a tough design to make. This is as good as it's gonna get for now. There's like wet resin in there, and I know I can't just leave it like this, so I am probably gonna put this in the sun after this video is done, so that it can be cured. But for now, there is nothing leaking if I hold it upside down, so you're just gonna have to believe me. I've never had this problem before, so we're gonna put the Kelp Shake label back on for now. I really wish that there was an easier way to work on that. Well, at least now we have our Kelp Shake with our Kelpo cereal and the chips. Let's move on. Our last item is going to be the bikini bottom diorama, mini bikini bottom. So, I don't think I've shown you this, but underneath this table, there's gum, and it's like that on the Krusty Krab tables too.
resin, and I'm gonna just keep curing them over and over and over again.
Okay, it is now another day. Yet another day. It's the third day I'm working on this. And here is the best I can do for the mini bikini bottom. There's like so many bubbles in there. I tried, and at least now it's all cured. You can kind of see a little bit like there's lines in there, and I feel like it turned yellow, but maybe it's just reflecting off the bottom of it. Now we're gonna add the backdrop.
I'm not sure. Are you just supposed to? Oh, it is like a sticker. Okay. I'm supposed to peel this. Oh, I understand now. And I'm just gonna put this on the back. Can't really see.
But yeah, there's the mini bikini bottom diorama. There are all of the things that I made and, you know, accessories that it came with. I hope they do a series too, the Spongebob series. I'm just thinking there are like so many things that you could make. Like, you could do Krusty Krab pizza, or like chocolate bars from like that episode when they were trying to sell chocolate. What else? Like bubble bath's order would be crazy. And maybe some other things, kind of like this Kelpo set, or Kelp set. Maybe some of the things from like Bargain Mart, like the barnacle chips or something like that. Okay, well, this was really fun making these. That is all